How many of you have ever looked at someone and thought to yourself, I wonder what they're really like? We've all been there, trying to size someone up, trying to figure out their true character. But let me tell you, after years of observing people, I've realized that you only need to notice two simple things to see someone's true colors. Just two things. And once you start paying attention to these two things, you'll never look at people the same way again. What are these two magical things, you ask? It's simple. Pay attention to how someone treats those who can do nothing for them and observe how they act when no one is watching. That's it. If you can master the art of noticing those two behaviors, you'll have an uncanny ability to quickly discern someone's true character. Let's dive into the first one, how someone treats those who can do nothing for them. We've all seen it, the boss who is sugary sweet to his superiors but a tyrant to his subordinates. The popular girl who is charming to other popular kids but mercilessly bullies those lower on the social totem pole. The guy who is all smiles and charm when he wants something from you but turns cold and aloof the moment he gets what he wants. These behaviors reveal a fundamental truth about character. It's not defined by how we act when we stand to gain something but by how we treat others when there's nothing in it for us. It's easy to be kind and gracious to those who have the power to help us or give us what we want. But the true test of character is how we treat the person who can't give us a promotion or invite us to the cool parties or do us any favors. I remember when I first started out in my career, fresh out of college and eager to climb the corporate ladder. I took a job as an assistant to a powerful executive, thinking that if I could impress him, he'd help me rise through the ranks. And oh, did I work tirelessly to impress him. I came in early, stayed late, anticipated his every need before he even asked. And you know what? It worked. He told me I was the best assistant he'd ever had, and I beamed with pride. But then I started noticing how he treated the janitors and the mailroom clerks and the interns. He wouldn't even acknowledge their presence, brushing past them in the hallways as if they were invisible. If they dared to speak to him, as if they were invisible. If they dared to speak to him, he'd cut them off impatiently or snap at them for wasting his time. Yet the moment a senior executive walked by, he transformed, becoming all charm and flattery and attentiveness. It was a revelation to me. This man who I so admired, who had the power to make or break my career was a fundamentally different person to those he deemed beneath him. And it made me question what I was doing trying so hard to impress him. Did I want to become like him? Did I want to be the kind of person who only treated others well when I stood to gain something? It was a pivotal moment for me. From then on, I vowed to treat everyone with respect and kindness regardless of their position or what they could do for me. From then on, I vowed to treat everyone with respect and kindness regardless of their position or what they could do for me. The janitor cleaning the toilets, the intern fetching coffee, the receptionist answering phones, they all deserve to be treated with the same dignity as the CEO. And you know what I found? It made me a better person. It made people genuinely like and trust me. Not because of my position or ambition, but because of my character. But how someone treats those who can do nothing for them is just one piece of the character puzzle. The other essential thing to notice is how someone acts when they think no one is watching. Because that's when our true selves come out, when we're not putting on a performance for anyone else's benefit. Think about it, have you ever caught a glimpse of a very different side of someone when they thought they were alone? Maybe it was a coworker who always seemed so positive and upbeat, but then you saw them berate a subordinate when they thought no one could hear. Or a friend who cultivates a saintly public persona, but then you accidentally saw them doing something shockingly selfish or cruel. It's in these unguarded moments that character reveals itself. When we think no one is looking, we let our masks slip, we indulge our baser instincts, we cut corners, we act on our secret desires and prejudices. If you want to know what someone is truly made of, watch how they conduct themselves when there's no one to impress and nothing to gain. I had a friend once who was the life of every party, always quick with a joke or a funny story, always surrounded by an adoring crowd. Everyone loved him and wanted to be around him. But then I happened to see him when he thought he was alone, and it was like seeing a completely different person. He was walking down the street and came across a homeless man asking for change. And how do you think my popular life of the party friend reacted? He looked straight ahead, quickened his pace, and completely ignored the man as if he didn't exist. No acknowledgement, no spare change, not even a smile. And in that moment, I saw my friend's true character. Behind the charisma and the jokes was a man who could casually dehumanize someone in need, who could breeze past suffering without so much as a glance. It forever changed how I saw him. All the charm in the world couldn't erase the coldness I'd witnessed when he thought no one was looking. But on the flip side, some of the most inspiring examples of character I've seen have been when people thought they were unobserved. The exhausted nurse who still took the time to comfort a scared patient when no one else was around. The teenage boy who chased down a woman to return the wallet she'd unknowingly dropped even though he could have easily pocketed the cash inside. The business leader who quietly gave up her bonus to save jobs during tough times, never seeking recognition for her sacrifice. These unsung moments of integrity and compassion carried out without any expectation of reward or praise are the hallmarks of true character. They're the actions of people who do the right thing simply because it's the right thing to do, not because they're trying to cultivate an image or get something in return. So I challenge you to start noticing these two key things in the people around you. Pay attention to how they treat those who can do nothing for them. Watch how they behave when they think no one is looking and then reflect on what their actions reveal about who they really are. But equally importantly, I challenge you to turn that discerning eye on yourself. How do you treat people who can do nothing for you? Are you as kind and respectful to the janitor as you are to your boss? And what do you do when no one is watching? Do you cut corners or do you act with integrity even when there's no one there to pat you on the back for it? Because at the end of the day, character isn't about the image we project to the world. It's not about being charming or popular or successful. Character is who we are in the quiet moments when no one is looking. It's how we treat the lowest among us. It's the choices we make when there's nothing to gain and everything to lose. Building character isn't easy. It requires constant self-reflection, a willingness to honestly assess our own actions and motivations. It means resisting the allure of bad behavior when we think we can get away with it. It means extending ourselves for others even when we're tired, even when we're stressed, even when we'd rather not. But the rewards of cultivating character are immense. But the rewards of cultivating character are immense. People of character are trusted, respected, looked up to. They inspire others to be better. They make the world around them brighter through the sheer power of their integrity and compassion. When you live your life with character, you don't need to chase success or recognition because those things naturally follow. So starting today, make the decision to prioritize character above all else. In every interaction, no matter how small, no matter who's watching, choose to do the right thing. Choose kindness over indifference. Choose integrity over expediency. Choose to lift others up rather than put them down. And as you go through your days, remember those two key things: how people treat those who can do nothing for them and how they act when they think no one is looking. Let those be your guiding lights, your measures of true character. Use them to gauge the content of others' character, but more importantly, use them as a constant check on your own, because at the end of the day, character is the one thing we have complete control over. We can't control our circumstances, we can't control how others treat us, but we can always control how we show up in the world. We can choose in every moment to live with integrity and compassion. It's not always easy, but I promise you it's always worth it. When you live your life guided by strong character, you'll find that everything else falls into place. Relationships are richer, successes are more meaningful, setbacks are easier to weather. You'll wake up every day knowing that you're living in alignment with your highest values. So go forward from here committed to being a person of impeccable character. Notice how others behave when there's nothing to gain and no one watching, and let that awareness guide your own choices. Be the kind of person who makes other people want to be better just by the sheer power of your example, and trust that in living this way you're not only improving your own life, but you're making the world a brighter place, one small interaction at a time. Character is contagious when we have the courage to live with integrity. It inspires others to do the same. And there's no telling how far those ripples of goodness can spread. So go out there and live a life defined by character. Notice it in others, but most importantly, cultivate it fiercely in yourself. Because in the end, it's not about what we have or what we achieve, it's about who we are and how we treat one another. That's the true measure of a life well lived. And always remember, even when you think no one is watching, even when you're interacting with someone who can do nothing for you, your character is always on display. Make the choice every single day to let your character shine through. Because that, my friends, is the key to a life of integrity, purpose, and unshakable self-respect. You have the power within you to be a beacon of character, to inspire others through the strength of your actions. Embrace that power. Live your truth and watch as your unshakable character transforms not only your own life, but the lives of everyone you touch. This is your call to live a life of character. Answer it boldly with conviction and compassion. The world is waiting for the unique light only you can bring, so let your character guide you forward and prepare to be astonished by the beauty and meaning that unfolds. The path of character is the path to a life extraordinarily well lived. Take that first step today and never look back. Your character is your legacy. Build it wisely, protect it fiercely, and let it light your way to a future brighter than you ever dared to dream. This is your moment. This is your call. A life of extraordinary character awaits. Seize it with both hands and prepare to be amazed by the wonders that unfold. The world needs your light. Let it shine.